Is the TimberOx Summit tough enough? At the end of my last video, I had a couple rounds left over that were a little bit too snarly to send through the box wedge. They looked a little bit like that. They looked a little bit like that with a little double barrel. They have this big one, and this one, again, it's got a, you can see on the other side here, it's got just like a crotch double barrel piece of wood, and some of them, like this one up here, is kind of cut at an angle. So sending that stuff through the box wedge probably wouldn't have been the best choice, and that is why I left them laying on the ground. I sent them aside. So as I was loading these rounds into the bucket on the tractor here, I got thinking back to a while ago I did a video with the TimberOx Summit, the log splitter right over there. And in that video there were people wondering if that thing had enough power to like split bigger, snarly, knotty wood. Well, I have 4 rounds here that I think would be perfect to see if the TimberOx Summit is tough enough for some of this bigger, snarly, knotty wood. Is the TimberOx Summit tough enough? I would say yes. In fact, I was actually kind of surprised that it didn't even slow down and seem to struggle at all, pushing through some of those knots and crotches. And I had the pieces on there where I was like splitting right into the crotch, right into the tough, knotty stuff. Now, before you leave that comment, yes, I know this was not Australian hardwood. So don't tell me to, oh, try some Australian hardwood on it. But either way, it was pretty impressive how it split right through everything. And like I said, it didn't even slow down or seem to struggle at all. So it has on the wedge here this little, what they call a step wedge, to like give it that initial crack. And I think that's actually what really helped with splitting some of those pieces up, because it just kind of gave that initial crack, and then this thing just pushed right on through. I mean, I was, like I said, I was surprised. The one nice thing I will say about this TimberOx Summit, I love the extended table and just the large working area. Like just being able to like put a half over there and split the other half up and set a round up here and just have plenty of room to work. And you got your lever right down here, and like that thing, it goes out, it comes back, it splits fast. It is a nice little splitter, I gotta say. I was surprised with the way it went through those knots and that snarly wood. Now, I will have a link down in the description for more information if you're interested in the TimberOx Summit. I believe they will also have one at the Paul Bunyan show coming up here in just a couple weeks. I'm just gonna grab a few of these pieces. I mean, if you look at this, like this split right here, this is nothing that, I mean, you would probably have some big box store splitters challenge going through that thing as fast as that thing did. Yeah, you might slowly push through it, but that thing just flew right on through. And at the end of the day, it gave me a nice big bucket of boiler wood. That's right, a bucket of boiler wood. And what better way to end the day than with a bucket of boiler wood? So there you go. The answer to the question, is the TimberOx Summit tough enough to split through the snarly, gnarly, knotty, big pieces of wood? The answer is yes, indeed it is.